Hey everyone, and welcome to Graded Point Live. Tonight is a special edition Dunk on Everybody birthday stream because it is my birthday. I can do what the hell I want.
Everybody's getting a piece.
Yeah.
And I don't mean cake. But there'll be that too.
But tonight we have we're gonna do a little special feature. We're going to have some guests, and the guests are you guys. Isn't that awesome?
Partying with strangers.
Yeah. It's very dangerous. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Oh man, I think I might be too sober for this.
So there in the chat is a link to our Discord, and I will probably, as more people filter in, I will add more people to it and whatnot. So if anybody's already in the Discord, feel free. But obviously come in if you want to chat. There's going to be a room called Chat Waiting Room, or it's called Waiting Room for Show. Excuse me. It's a waiting room for show, and then I will pull you in when I see you up there, so you can join at your leisure. So if anybody
come party with us.
Yeah, come hang out. Come party. It'll be a lot more interactive than usual. We already got somebody in there, so let's I want to pull her in and see if she'll unmute for a second. Let's see if she'll come in. Hello. You are muted.
Go ahead, caller. You are on the air.
Sorry, I was listening to you on the stream, and then suddenly I'm like,
suddenly
wait, what?
You're sucked in.
that delay, man.
Well, caller, I've got some fantastic news. You are the 6th caller. Unfortunately, we are looking for the 7th caller. You don't get the tool tickets. Stay on the line. We got some great for you.
Oh wow!
And he's also breaking up a lot because he is apparently driving while he's trying to stream, which is well, you see what I got to deal with. Hello, Gwen. How are you tonight?
Well,
I'm doing okay, I guess.
All right, good.
How are you doing, man?
I am a year older, apparently. That's
Apparently,
yes. I'm just going by what everybody told me for the last 40 years that this is my birthday. So I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna crack one open right now. See if you can hear this. I'm gonna get a little ASMR. You ready for this? Here it is. And it's nothing impressive. It's nothing impressive. Well, it's nothing impressive. It's just a Dr. Pepper, unfortunately.
Hey, people get lots of money just for opening cans all day on YouTube.
Yep. That's pretty much what ASMR is.
Tell you what, man, I got 1 mic left. If you get up here, you
crack it open.
I just wanted to wish you well.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I'm not awake when you are anymore, and I just wanted to, It's your birthday. I figured I'd come. I'd say I hope you and your family get to a better place. I hope the podcast gets more popular because you guys are awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I really do.
I'm glad.
Mm-hmm. And
not even my birthday. It makes me feel good.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's way past. It's like an hour and 40 minutes past my bedtime.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is my fault. I said that I was going to start early, and then it turned out being late. So it's like, I'm going to start early. Why do I lie to people?
Just blame RNGesus. You'll be fine.
There you go. Just roll that dice. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Yep.
So yeah, like I said, you're free to hang out, but if you're tired, you can go on. But I obviously want you to keep listening.
I'll probably go to bed in another couple of minutes.
All right, but like I said, I really appreciate you coming by and wishing me a happy birthday. You're one of my old friends up on this Webernetties, so.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I boomer culture and all that.
Yeah, we are old people.
Yeah, you're the oldest of the old people, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. It's terrible.
We are the old. We are the
We're the old fags.
Yeah. Let's see. We got some more people in. Let's bring in. I think Yellow Lantern was the first one. I'm gonna pop him down here. Well, hello, Mr. Yellow Lantern, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hello.
I think this is the first time we've talked one-on-one, actually. Well, not.
Yes.
It ain't really one-on-one. It's a group chat, but.
You should probably stop doing them long enough to talk.
Where did Xavier go? Oh, that's like bring in the Yellow Lantern, and Xavier immediately leaves. He's like, no, I can't deal with this guy.
It's because I'm Asian. I get that all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, now we know we can be racist. Thank you.
I don't care. I was raised by a couple of honkies, so.
What does Doug TenNaples say? My people, my people. So
you know the location of Mr. Truck.
Jack Button. You are not put on this earth to get things, Mr. Button.
I might have to bring him out as a co-host every once in a while. Yeah, if anybody don't know, I mean, obviously you're in the chat too. So this is Yellow Lantern. He's a regular. He's always calling us gay and stuff. I don't think you've ever called us gay for real though. Honestly,
No.
You are allowed to call Cab gay, but he's not here. So just got
DC'd.
He coughed
kidnapped.
He coughed himself offline. Well, I think who was next? I think Raptro was next. Well, Yellow Lantern. When he comes back, I'll bring him back in. It's no problem. Let's bring in Raptro.
He really picked up on that reference too. He's cool.
Yeah. Mr. Raptro,
Hi.
how are you doing today, sir?
I'm okay. Happy womb day.
I rent my mother's loins in twain and came upon this visage.
I'm surprised you actually pulled me in here with how much shit I talk in your chat.
Dude, I don't give a shit about who talks shit in my chat.
I'm just glad Piper's not here so she won't yell at me for continuing the dog.
Why would you worry that these faggots would care how frickin' much banter you do? Seriously.
Hey man, I am just glad we are not on bad terms.
Oh no! It's like, look, I get trolling is fine. I don't care. Little trolling. I don't get. I mean, if you were like legitimately like saying you wanted to kill somebody or something, we might have a problem then. But
that's a bit too.
Yeah.
That's where the fun ends.
Yeah.
You can't tilt the untiltable.
Also, the dog thing probably would have gone away
if she would have picked her words a tiny bit better. Yeah.
And also, if she would have kind of. Well, we've seen the autism test, so we know. We know why she doesn't. I'm all the time. You have no idea. Like off stream, you can ask Xavier. Xavier's my witness. I'm like, Piper, it's time to stop.
Put the phone down. Let it go.
Let's see. Oh, my buddy Caleb's up. Let me bring him in here too. Let's see what's up. It's like we're rescuing him from Venezuela. You have been rescued from Venezuela.
Oh my God! Yes.
Well,
So, hello guys.
Hello, sir.
And happy birthday, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're one step further inside the boomer territory, and I know all about your Super Boomer 3.
Oh. Dude, you have no idea. I woke up this morning. I said, I need to mow the lawn. I don't want to do it. I need to do it. It's a need now.
You were like Vegeta, like my CP.
On another note, your skeleton is 1 year closer to hatching.
True. Yes. My skeleton. I ain't gonna say the full word, but you know, my skeleton's gonna come out just like that meme. You know, what's good? Mm-hmm.
No, man, but I really hope you had a great birthday, and I wish you all the best, and we're all gonna fucking make it.
Oh yeah.
And also, I need to remind everyone that Cap is a very homosexual man, and
Yes.
he's the king of the gays for a
Yes.
reason.
Very much so. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Give a round of applause for that. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's funny. I was listening to the radio today, and the radio host was talking about Venezuela. So obviously, you know, I thought about you. And they were talking about how Danny Glover was big friends with Hugo Chavez.
When I go to America, I'm serious, dude. I'm gonna go to his house and ask him for the 18 million he owes to my people.
Because what was the question? Oh yeah, he's friends with Hugo Chavez, but the whole thing today was like he was at before the Congress talking about, like, you know, reparations for slavery and stuff like that. And so and then they brought up, like, for some reason, like, the conversation was talking about Hugo Chavez, and then the radio host said, yeah, Hugo Chavez, the man who freed his people from slavery and left them destitute.
That's pretty much what happened. Yeah. Oh man.
Is that worse than what the Africans have been doing?
Yes.
Wow.
I, for one, welcome our new Chinese overlords, but yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can't wait to see the documentary of the Chinese guy bullying Venezuela.
Well, the Chinese are buying up Africa, so just buy up all the countries.
That's because they've polluted their own land to the point where it's no longer farmable.
This is also true. Yes.
Well, you know, they'll just kill like 500,000 people. They'll be fine.
Unrelated, or I guess semi-related story. Did you guys? It happened a few months back, but did you guys hear about the flood of pig feces in the Carolinas?
Into where?
In the Carolinas.
Yes, that happened here. Yeah. One of the what do you call it? Hog ponds, what they call it. It got into the river system essentially, and nobody was happy about that.
Nobody was happy, but the Chinese government is partially responsible for that.
Of course they are.
Because a Chinese corporation bought out Smithfield, the pork manufacturer, so that Smithfield could ship pork to China. And because they've started raising more and more pigs and putting more and more pigs on the farmers, that means more and more hog waste. And this led to the ponds being full, and when a hurricane hit, the river turned to pig shit.
Right into the water.
Yep. Cape Fear, the river of pig shit. I'm pretty sure it was Cape Fear. I think it was Cape Fear.
Probably.
Because like the last major hurricane was God, what was it? Anyway, that was more like down close to the border of South Carolina. So yeah, Cape Fear is more down there. So yeah.
So, I'd like to remind you that's also how the movie Cabin started.
Oh Lord. Oh yeah, but anybody, I was going to say, if people are listening, if you want to get in, there's another link to the Discord. Also, if you've already been in, you can come back in. If you got accidentally disconnected, I'm not going to be mad at you if you want to come back in. Just come into the waiting room like you did before.
Unless you're an undead, then we're going to be worried.
If you're an undead, we're gonna first need to see some credentials. At the very least.
See some zombie license.
Yeah, excuse me, sir. Can I see your zombie license?
Oh, you undead cunt! Where's your license?
Or you got a license to be undead around these parts?
Excuse me, sir. Hey, Gov. You got your undead license. So let's I said we were gonna dunk. So let's do some dunking. Let's do some good dunking. Have you heard about what our friends, and I'm using friends, it's very extreme, over like VG 24/7 and Kotaku and are all those places. They're trying to dunk on Niche Gamer, about their interview.
Getting an interview with the Yakuza director.
Yeah.
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 And like all they've been saying is like, oh, all they did was gush. They gushed at him in the interview. And I was like, well, that's better than asking him, hey, how do you feel about having women with ginormous titties? I think that's very offensive.
Sexualization of women. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Turns up there.
I actually read the article. It's not gushing.
No.
Like there's a few parts where they're very nice,
Mhm.
but it can be seen as more being professional.
Right.
And
'Cause it's like this where he's, with the Niche Gamer thing, it says, not so much a question, but just as a comment. I totally enjoyed it probably more than other Yakuza series, and I could not stop playing it. I just wanted to say thank you for the experience. And he responded, thank you for playing. It's like, oh, wow. Being nice to the person you're interviewing. What a...
How dare?
Also, the
how dare you,
interviewer
man.
is somebody that fucking enjoys.
Yeah. I
how dare you like video games as a video game journalist?
yeah. That's
Everybody knows your hobby dies as soon as you make it a career.
mhm.
How dare you play video games, man? Come on.
Right. Mark, let me bring him
Kind
back
of
in.
incel.
And welcome back, Yellow Lantern. You don't try not to sneeze yourself offline again.
I will try. And as for the whole undead thing, look, I'm an undocumented undead person, so I don't have papers. I'm sorry.
Well, we won't say anything. I mean, Caleb is trying to get in as an undocumented undead too. So,
Hold on, I'm just gonna Photoshop the border wall with the Ritz from Warhammer 40k on it.
The Emperor protects.
Yeah, I was
Too loyal for.
I was watching before I get back to this, I was watching Nick Rekieta's panel from Anime Matsuri today. And it's the first time I got to watch the whole thing, and like somebody he was talking about like what they represented, like Tug representing comic books, Hirohei anime, and then he says, I guess you could say I represent, if I'm going to represent anything, it would be like Warhammer 40k, and then somebody screamed, "Skulls for the Skull God!" So that was fun, but let's see. I love these people. They have these idiot journalists. They try to do these little cutesy wootsy. Oh, look how cutesy wootsy I am. Look at what I'm gonna say. Like, sounds boring. Extremely good. Jesus Christ. And I thought my interview was a bit cringe. No, it's not your interview that's cringe, my dude. You are cringe.
Yeah.
It's you. And then Jason Schreier, the literal pig shit of Kotaku. Now that's ethics in video game journalism.
He should ask Blaster because Bethesda blacklisted him for being such a piece of shit.
Yep. And then this person responded to him and says, as opposed to this fucking garbage you posted, I'd rather take that article any day of the week than read the shit you freshly squeezed out and called an article. Pot calling kettle black much, and VG247's article literally says, an extremely bad interview with Yakuza creator Toshihiro Nagoshi.
Didn't Kotaku like constantly shit talk the Yakuza series before it got popular?
Oh yeah. They were like talking shit about like it having gambling in it, and
it's too Japanese for American players.
Mm-hmm. And then it like comes out here. Finally we start getting some releases here, and people are like, well, what the fuck? I love Yakuza.
Was it Polygon or was it Kotaku that had that place where guy playing it had to look away because there was a girl with showing his off?
I was gonna say I'm gonna counter your question with another question. Does it matter?
Not really. I just make sure we're laughing at the right people.
I think it's fine to laugh at all of them.
Mm-hmm. Just group them all together in a big bundle of whatever and laugh. Where is Mundane Matt? There will never be Matt Jarbo on this stream ever, unless I'm making fun of him. and even then, I will only entertain. I would only entertain him on the stream if he brought his boulders.
Wayne, turn off that pesky Matt block.
Ooh, maybe I should. I'm sorry, Mr. Haribo. I will. I don't mean to dunk on you so hard. Never mind. I do. So yeah, that was so let me see. I gotta turn off the screen. Boomer time. Live boomering. Kill that.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Did it kill the wrong? Whoop.
Somebody needs their CP.
Yep. Oh, I see what it did. Okay. Let me close that. And then do something right for once. Go to this one. Whoop. Try that again. And that one. Okay. So speaking of really bad journalists, did you hear hear the article that Polygon put out today?
Tell me more.
The title is "The Fascist Subtext of Attack on Titan Can't Go Overlooked."
What the fuck? I like Attack on Titan now.
Don't. It's a trick.
I haven't seen a single episode, but I like it now. I don't know.
He's on trap.
The story's twist exposes the ugly side of the manga and anime. By Tom Spielman, June 18th, 2019, at 3:00 p.m. Eastern.
Can you say Spielman without rubbing your hands together? Because I'm doing it right now and I can't.
Spielman.
The Gold Man.
Gold for the Gold God.
I'll say one thing about this, because I do watch Attack on Titan. This is stuff that people have been talking about for like the past 2 weeks. I'm surprised it took him this long.
You okay?
Actually write an article about it.
All right. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you a little secret about games journalists. Until they see it on Reset Era, they don't care.
But they don't talk about their pedo problem.
No.
You see, that's the thing. They don't talk about their pedo problem, so that's why they don't talk about the pedo problem. You got that? Please understand.
Keep up with manga at all?
I do not keep up with the manga. No, not personally. I don't know anybody else does.
What's the big revelation that I'd like to know going before we read what the person.
Anybody get that?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
yeah. Making sure I wasn't the only one. Drive a little, drive a little further to town, and then we'll.
How about hear me now?
It's better. Yeah,
Yes.
it's better.
All right, I want to know what the big revelation was, so we can understand what really set this person off before
Yeah.
they tell us what they think.
Yeah, that's what we're going to read through this. Now, the thing is, it starts off already, which I'm already laughing my ass off just reading the first part of it, or the second fucking paragraph. So, the modern manga and anime industries would not exist without Attack on Titan. Guys, that's a pretty bold claim. Holy shit.
I don't know. I don't know where to dump this, so I'm just putting it in the general.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, general.
I will admit that after Attack on Titan, more shows.
It's true. And what is this?
The wall to keep the undead out. I said I was gonna fucking.
See, all you need now is like some alchemic seals and stuff like that to. I like that. That's good. Okay, where was I? Fuck. All right, so yeah, without Hajime that guy's dystopian series and its massive global fan base, Crunchyroll would have remained a curiosity instead of the global streaming powerhouse and anime production partner it has become. Damn it! They're the reason for Crunchyroll. Fuck.
No, Sword Art would be.
That's a lie, because Crunchyroll would still be America's #1 anime piracy website.
Right? That's what I was saying. I was like, wasn't Crunchyroll a piracy site and not a... What the fuck?
I would say that they still had Sword Art. Sword Art still would have put them on the...
I think people kind of want to forget how big Sword Art actually was for a time.
I would say Naruto probably did it more.
Yeah. Well, you see, here's the thing. They don't consider anything before that came out before 2010 as, quote, new. That's that old shit. We don't talk about that old shit. You know, we don't talk about new shit, stuff that came out in like the last 3 years. Come on, guys. What's wrong with you?
That had an American TV syndication.
If it hasn't been dubbed in the last 6 months, I don't give a shit about it. And it better be.
I remember when there were...
Oh.
Back when there was like 30 anime a year, and it was possible to keep up with everything.
Oh, and it better be dubbed by fucking Monica Rial and Jamie Markey. And if you have Vic Mignogna, then fuck you.
I remember when you paid $50 for a DVD of 2 episodes.
No, that was the worst.
And they called it value.
Yes.
You got 2 episodes on 1 disc.
It's like a whole feature film.
You get 1 whole hour of content. What about bonus features? Well, fuck you if you want those.
Also, it's in 4x3 letterbox. Here's your special features. Here's 6 trailers for 6 you could also buy that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Show us the trailers. Oh, can I get the subtitles? Subtitles like this guy, like people read TV shows. Come on, dude.
And now listen to this excellent voice acting we have here. You wouldn't know a fucking vampire if it jumped out and bit you in goddamn dick.
Wow.
Paid to write that. Paid to...
The Bible Black dub was just so bad.
Oh God, no more.
I heard that the Bible Black dub they actually got porn stars to dub that.
I think they got 1, but nobody convincingly reads English.
Oh no.
It's like, you know that one guy who posts scripts of like TV shows, like I forced a bot to watch 400 hours of Wheel of Fortune, and it wrote an episode.
Right.
Imagine if he did that. Like I forced a robot to watch 4,000 hours of hentai, and it wrote.
Probably wrote a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than the Funimation dubs.
Oh, shots fucking fired.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fucking Dragon Ball Super. Don't shoot that man. He's not black.
I love it. That was so funny. I was like, what were they thinking? I'm doing the James Rolfe. What were they thinking?
They actually call him Black, not in Spanish. They left it in English for the Spanish dub, just Black.
Oh, he's just black. He's not.
Because they
black,
didn't
yeah.
want to say.
Oh, they didn't want to say negro. Yeah.
This will get us in trouble if we say this in modern day.
I'm surprised they didn't just call him like Goku Blanco just to. I know it wouldn't have been black, just been
Or Goku the Dark.
Like when a dub is good, they don't change the names of people. Like for example, Batman is Batman here, and everywhere else he's gonna be Batman, not Hombre Murciélago. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man
Okay, but
is usually called Spider-Man for that same reason, and Superman too.
Yeah.
But that sounds rad.
Yeah.
Like if you were gonna give me like an alt universe take on Batman, where everything is like heavily inspired by the culture. I'd take that.
That would actually be pretty cool, in all honesty. Venezuelan Batman.
Yeah, like I think the closest thing I can think of is maybe like Superman Red Sun,
Oh yeah, where the
but
Russian.
they don't change any of the fucking names,
Yeah.
and that pisses me off.
Batmanuel.
Oh, God.
God damn it! You get out of here. What was I gonna say? Crap! It was something. It was something about a dub, and I remember, and it was so fucking stupid, but it was funny.
I have a kind of spicy opinion about dub,
Sure.
specifically Funimation. I would like Funimation a lot more if they like. This isn't. I understand the Kick Vic stuff is going on, but I am fucking tired of hearing literally everyone Funimation hires. If they just fired everybody and got new people in, I would be much more on board with them.
You know, it's one of the guys who comes on sometimes, named Shamil. We did a show one time, just talking about the situation with Funimation and Vic Mignogna, and his feeling was, this is exactly what he said. He says, I kinda, because this is early on, he said, I kinda hope Vic is guilty, because if he is, that means Funimation let him get away with it for 15 years, and they should burn to the ground for it. He said, but if he's not guilty, they'll still burn to the ground, but it's going to be a lot slower process. And the reason he said that is the exact reason you said that. It's like, I'm tired of hearing the same fucking voices in every fucking anime.
Well, it's that terrible monopoly thing where because we're doing it and because we're profitable, we can keep getting away with it for so on, and you don't change your business. There's no growth. It's just stagnation, but your profits keep rising because more people are turned on to the product.
Yeah. It's like it's like literally like it's like oh, who's voicing Chris Sabat. Who's voicing this character? Chris Sabat. Who's voicing this character? Chris Sabat.
But he's the voice of Vegeta, dude. Come on.
Yeah, and Piccolo and Yamcha and was he Yamcha?
Fuck.
I think he's like, and he's two characters in One Piece, and he's like 3 characters in another anime, and I'm like, dude, just get out of here. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of seeing you. Go away. Go.
and don't they have to like pay like a specific union rate now for every character they?
Something like that. I know it's because like Funimation is based in Texas. They don't have it. They're not as because they're an at will state. So I don't believe they had because basically they don't get like SAG-AFTRA benefits or anything like that. But I'm sure there's some kind of rate that they get for doing multiple characters.
It was my understanding from my friends who are voice actors that they get paid by the hour of booth time. Obviously, you got show, you got more booth. Therefore, entirely in their financial benefit, the more characters they get to voice the project.
Okay, I mean that makes sense, but also like if I were running a company and I was paying people per hour of booth time, I just fucking constantly have new people in.
Mm-hmm.
I have a cousin who. I'm sorry.
No, go for it, man.
I have a cousin who does VA here in Dubs in Venezuela, and he gets paid by the line, not by the hour, but by actual line that gets pushed into the script or whatever.
So for his benefit, the more lines he can get, the better. So if he actually if he could dub like multiple characters, hey, jackpot kind of thing.
Yes. That's how he does it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The thing is, they are doing a lot of dubs here in Venezuela because they pay him in bolivars, and the whole bolivars dollars thing. It's fucking cheap for companies, to hire talent here.
Like, I've got 500 million bolivars. This amounts to 10 American dollars.
Pretty much, yeah.
I remember when you gave me that breakdown one time. I was like, that's freaking ridiculous, dude. Because I think one time you showed me a picture of like laid out like of a bunch of bolivars on a table.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked like a hefty amount of cash, what I would call cash, right? Yeah. And then you said something like, this is worth like 25 American dollars.
I have like 100 bills of $500 bolivars that are no longer worth have any monetary value. And all I did was make a fucking loss edit on the table with them. Just do a loss comic with them because they have no value, dude.
Just laying on the table, worthless.
Yeah.
I just looked up the definition of bolivar on WordLink. I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing anything. So the noun definitions are a large ginger cake or a gold and also a silver coin of Venezuela worth about 19 cents. I don't know when this was written, but that feels very wrong.
Old. Very old, I guess.
Yeah. Because like y'all been long since converted to paper money, right?
Back during the before time, long ago.
Mm-hmm.
When Bolivar was actually the ruler of Venezuela.
I mean, at some point it was worth more than a US dollar, even.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah, for a
when
while.
Christian Slater freely roamed the land.
God damn it.
Yeah, so it's named after the guy who led the Venezuela in a revolt of South American colonies against Spanish rule, founded in Bolivia in 1825.
Yep.
Okay.
And every jackass socialist dictator that has come since then has like claimed his legacy.
Yeah.
Because that's what Hugo Chavez did. That's what Nicolas Maduro is doing currently.
I mean, Chavez went as far as opening his goddamn tomb, and somebody almost 200 years ago, when Bolivar died, somebody said that there was he basically said there were going to be a curse on Bolivar's tomb that it shouldn't be open until America's united as a whole. And the absolute madman Chavez didn't open it, and all the people. And this is actually true. Most of the people that were present that day, they're dead by now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, one of the guys died in a horrible drowning, a car accident. His vehicle flipped over and fell into a lake, and a river. Sorry, and he died drowned.
Mm-hmm.
Another person died of cancer. Chavez died of cancer. Yeah, it's
Too bad
the
Maduro
curse
was.
is real, dude.
Too bad Maduro wasn't there, right? Like,
No, he wasn't there.
he was
And
there.
it was a bizarre thing. No. It was a bizarre thing because I don't think he was. It was pretty bizarre because they did it at like 3 a.m. Like some weird ritual thing.
Mm-hmm. He was doing some.
Kind of fucked up.
Was he doing some spirit cooking at Bolivar's tomb? Is that what was going on?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
he was in there. He was on his phone doing hashtag Pizzagate. Is that what was going on there? It was,
Yeah.
God, it's crazy how all these communist leaders are dying the same thing that's killing their country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny, and like I said, I don't want to get too personal here, but Caleb, your mother, recently passed away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
From cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you telling me the biggest problem you had was she couldn't get treatment because she couldn't get drugs for treatment.
No.
Yeah. And when Chavez was fucking dying of cancer, he got to go anywhere in the world he fucking wanted to get treatment.
Oh, he got everything, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Everything.
if they could have figured out a way to pickle his brain in a jar so he could keep living, they'd have done it.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact,
For
they
real.
were at one point they were actually going to give him like one of them hermetically sealed tombs that was going to be like glass and shit. It was going to be open like Lenin's tomb, so he could be like stared at for ages. Then they realized, oh wait, we live in a tropical climate and he will rot.
Yes, and the thing is, they fucking parade his body for like a week. And now he's some weird temple on top of a mountain beneath. Yeah.
If you look up, well, I guess you could say look up Chavez's tomb, right? Would be just look that up on Google.
It should come. Yeah.
Yeah, look up Chavez's tomb on Google if you want a good laugh, and look at the opulent base his fucking body is in. And that's the only purpose for it now, is his fucking body to be rested. And then if you pan it out just a little bit, you see the squalor that's right underneath that hill.
Yeah.
Better enjoy it while you can, because we have a comic down the pipe where it's not going to be there much.
We're gonna get. Let's put it this way: if it's actually found out, there's gonna be a big outrage from the Venezuelan government. I can guarantee you that.
Speaking of which, there's plenty of visual documentary of that place on YouTube. So if you need reference for throwing, it's all there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just gonna. We're just having. We're just thinking about throwing an old crazy madman, and a shape shifting, also old man at it, and destroying it in one piece. It'd be great. Be a great scene.
All right. God, we are off topic.
yeah.
Back to Attack on Titan.
We should
Probably actually talk about that.
This guy talking like he runs my stream. What in the world's going on here? No, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying. Like, the train is off the rails, and oh God, that's an orphanage.
Are you trying to de-boomer the boomer? What's wrong with
You can't do that. Oh, yeah. But so here we go. Similarly, without rights to the anime, which conclude its third season this month, Netflix certainly wouldn't have become a big enough player in the anime market to license all of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
These are lies. Why would you go on the internet and tell lies?
Yeah. That doesn't make any. But you know how Netflix gets fucking shit, like anime and shit on their platform. Hey, money, here's some money. Put our shit. Okay, thank you. That's literally it. It's got nothing to do with like being a big player and Oh, guys, you remember scrappy little Netflix? Little scrappy company. They just nailed a big deal licensing with Neon Genesis Evangelion. Isn't that great? It's awesome, isn't it? Yeah.
I feel like this is just purely like still being really, really salty over the fact that one, not only did Netflix outbid Funimation for the license, but two, chose to get rid of the awful fucking dub, potentially for a much worse one. But
yeah, I heard they're doing a redub on it. As they say, that'll shake down in the wash, But
I've heard things about it, like they're updating the dialogue for a more modern.
Oh no!
But I also think that there might have been some practical things where, God, what the hell's the name of that place? Is it Spike Spencer?
Might be. I don't know.
I guess because that dub was done by E or Manga Entertainment fucking ages ago, they might have to pay the original voice cast some kind of royalty for broadcasting.
Oh.
But if they get their own dub crew in there, they can sit there and go, you get paid a flat fee one time, and we can do whatever the fuck we want with it, and that's the end of our transaction.
Yeah, I get it.
That's the only reason I could think of why you would redub something so classic and so recognizable as Ava.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, replace Ray's voice actor because she fucking hurt her way through the entire.
Oh, and I do like the fact that Netflix called it a Netflix original too. That's kind of funny.
I mean, they're putting more effort into it than Funimation has in the past 10 years.
Good point. Bitter One, how are you doing tonight? It is my birthday. That's why we're just talking about whatever. So.
I've never actually seen Ava. I know, but
I envy you.
but I love the fact that it's now a historical drama because it's set in 2015, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Technically, it's a science fiction period piece, which makes no fucking sense. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, let me see. Ditto Adult Swim, which licensed Funimation's Attack on Titan dub for its Saturday Night Toonami block, a revival of the beloved after-school anime block, and saw its fortune rise so highly that Adult Swim was able to help produce 2 follow-up seasons of the legendary anime Fooly Cooly. Okay, look, guys, I'm gonna. What's the guy's name here? Tom. Let me break something down to you. You might not know this. Adult Swim is owned by Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network is owned by Time Warner. I don't think they needed money to help. I don't think they needed their fortunes to rise to be able to produce follow-up seasons to anything. They could just literally write a check if they wanted to. What you're confusing is ratings, popularity with money. That's not necessarily how it works. I mean, yes, you do get more money for advertising and things like that. But if somebody at Time Warner decided, "Hey, I'm going to write X. I'm going to fund X." Well, X is now funded. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they could literally do it if they wanted to or if they didn't want to. So
Yeah.
I think this was more about it wasn't it the anniversary of Fooly Cooly?
yeah, that
And
was
it
the whole
being
thing.
shown on Adult Swim?
Yeah, it was like the 15-year anniversary, or it was something like that. It was a long anniversary, and so they said, "Hey, let's bring it back," and they were like, "All right, let's do it," and they did. So it's whatever.
I saw Progressive, but I didn't Fooly Cooly Alternative.
Yeah, I saw Progressive, and I kind of got lost. But it's just not surprising because it took me 10 years to fucking get Fooly Cooly.
Seemed like a lot the guys that made it did kind of get what first Fooly Cooly was about, and then it's all kind of a sex metaphor,
yeah.
and that's kind of what Progressive was. It was all sex, whatnot, figuring shit out. I didn't.
You're breaking up again, dude.
Yeah.
It made as much sense as Fooly Cooly does.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I just realized I was looking at the time. I was like, we got to get through this article before Nick Rekieta comes on. Because he's going to – you think I got dunks tonight. Oh, boy. He's going to have some big dunks. But anyway, but recent events within the manga have given readers pause. In particular, the major twist of the series, as well as what's been occurring since then, has drawn some uncomfortable parallels to global anti-Semitism, far-right Japanese politics, and Isayama's own personal politics. Editor note, this article contains spoilers for both Attack on Titan manga and anime. It also contains descriptions of anti-Semitic imagery, the Holocaust, and war crimes. Was that a trigger warning?
Yes.
God bless. Oh, boy. While aimed at a slightly older audience than the big three manga/anime of the early 2000s, Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece, Attack on Titan made many more anime fans out of the casual watchers, arriving as it did at the crest of the YA dystopian fiction wave in the West. And while that fever has died off from its circa 2014 high point, the series still has plenty of devoted followers who snap up every single video game, spin-off, and parody manga. There was an original comics anthology by Western Talent featuring creators like Scott Snyder, Gail Simone. Guys, she keeps following me.
Wait. So Gail Simone wrote part of an Attack on Titan comic anthology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Attack on Titan features Nazi symbolism, according to this article.
Yeah.
So
Gail Simone profited off of Nazi symbolism.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
She can't keep getting away with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's Gail. They're Nazi.
Yeah.
Time to tweet at Gail Simone why she hates the Jew.
Do it. Let's see. And Ronald Wimberly, an original YA novel, Garrison Girl by Rachel Aaron, and even a crossover with Marvel. Oh.
I remember that one. It was not impressive.
It sucked.
Yeah, I had a feeling. In which the Avengers, Spider-Man, and the Guardians of the Galaxy fought Titans in New York City. A story devised by Ishiyama with art by Geraldo Sandoval and script by Marvel editor-in-chief C.B. Cebulski. The series, published monthly in whatever that thing is, in Japan, is now in its final arc, but there seems to be no end to the wider franchise in sight.
Okay. Before we get deeper in, I have some numbers pulled up.
Okay.
Granted, it comes from comicbook.com, so fucking grain of salt.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan has sold over 71 million copies of the volumes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bleach has sold 90 million copies since 2001.
Oof.
That ended in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Naruto has sold. Okay, so Dragon Ball has sold 240 million copies. Naruto has sold 220 million, and One Piece is at 430 million.
Mm-hmm. I remember
So
One Piece being ridiculous with their numbers. Like, holy
Just because Oda never takes a break.
That's true.
But didn't the article just say that like Attack on Titan was doing better than all of them?
That was the claim. I think it happens a lot with writers, and especially like this sphere. They take things that are popular for a moment. Like I would say Attack on Titan was probably popular for like 6 months, right? Where it was like most talked about. It had a lot of blood and gore. It was different, a little bit different than your usual anime, and and then people, jumped on it and thought, yes, it was good. I'm not saying it was bad or anything. It's just that it was different and people were talking about it. It's kind of like when One Punch Man first came out, right? People were talking about it because it was different. So
Attack on Titan was huge during the first season. Problem is, during 3 to 4 years it took for the second to come out, it cooled the fuck off and kept coming out.
I mean, didn't the second season all they did was like ride around the city for like, the entire season?
Yeah, it was a very slow arc, and that pissed a lot of American fans.
Yeah.
The first half of the third season was boring because it was all interpersonal human drama and no more Titan, except at the end.
Yeah. Because I remember season 2, I was watching it, and I remember watching it because, I just watched it on Tsunami when it came on. I didn't want trying to download or anything like that. And one week they're like, they got a Titan, they got a Titan alarm. They're riding around town. The next episode, they're riding around town. The next episode, they're riding around town. The next episode, they're riding around town. I'm like, I
Even the first season was paced weirdly like that too, where you have like 3 to 4 episodes where things just fucking happen like left and right, like super fucking fast, and then all of a sudden 6 episodes for a episode, a single event.
You're breaking up, dude.
First half of the second ball, 7, 8 episodes.
Yeah. Look, I'm just going to say this real quick before I forget. I love the fact that the center, the name of the walls. I love that the center wall is called Walled Cena, and I don't care if it's spelled S-I-N-A. I'm spelling it C-E-N-A.
Because you never see that wall.
Exactly, you don't see that wall. So let me finish. Let me keep going here. Where was I? Oh yeah, final arc. Okay. Long-running anime manga, because it's the closer you get to its end game, the easier it is to see what the message of the series really is. And the message of Attack on Titan appears to have an anti-Semitic and pro-fascist leanings. Given the cyclical nature of manga production and anime seasons, fandom chatter around Titan's themes comes and goes. And now that the anime's third season is just getting to the start of where this all becomes clear, it's a good time to unpack it all. The big twist of Attack on Titan. For the series' first several arcs, let me just kind of go ahead and read through this so I can kind of get done here. The first series, first several arcs, protagonist Eren Yeager was driven by 2 things. First, destroy every single Titan he could find to avenge his mother's death and the destruction of his hometown. And second, to make his way back to the ruins of his house to use a key his father gave him to discover what was hidden in their basement. Even with all the complications thrown in his way, including learning he could transform into a Titan, Eren never wavered in this. In the series' 85th chapter, Eren finally got his answer. Making his way to the basement at long last, Aaron discovered a photograph, something he had never heard of his father with another wife and son. The following chapters show the journey of Aaron's father, Grisha, revealing that he was actually from the outside world. Okay. What is the outside world?
Outside of the wall.
Just
Oh,
the wall
okay.
outside the
So they could just say they could literally have said outside the wall, and they didn't have to go into hyperbole.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird because as big as the wall is supposed to be, which is like half the area of the United States, they're on an island.
Gotcha. Well, hello there, Turbo. How are you doing today, night, sir? And also Mike.
Hello.
I'm doing fine.
Okay. We are talking about how Polygon is calling Attack on Titan very fascist and racist and anti-Semitic.
Dude, people seem to have a problem with anime and like manga. What did they say was fascist?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's saying.
I remember coming across a Tumblr blog that was saying the same shit about Naruto. it was an entire Tumblr blog dedicated solely to like shitting on Naruto for being like a fascist, like wet dream. Kind of was when you think like it's a military ran village and like children have to go fight and shit. It's kind of messed up, but it's a fucking work of fiction.
Well, this. Go ahead.
To say it's like no different than it wasn't satire like Starship Troopers was, but
It's no different than Hogwarts.
Well, this author has decided that it's time to unpack what Attack on Titan ultimately is now, while it's still in its final story arc and unfinished.
Yeah.
Like,
it's getting close to wrapping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting.
So,
go ahead.
completely theoretically, right? We're talking. Let's go hypothetically. Hypothetically, if someone or a group of people were to abscond with another person who presumably writes articles about anime and force them in a manner seemingly similar to A Clockwork Orange to watch a much more fascist thing, what do you think their reaction would hypothetically be?
Their brains would melt.
Yeah, probably.
If this is if a society that's been forced to like militarize in order to survive against a gigantic fucking threat is enough for them to freak out and call it anti all these things, then anything that actually goes into an actual fascist state, like say fucking that one fucking kick-ass anime with the goddamn power armor. What was it? Shit.
Votoms?
Not Votoms.
Gundam?
Not Gundam.
I know. I'm thinking Tanya the Evil would fuck up some people.
But that wasn't fascist either. That's just militaristic.
Yeah, it's World War I Germany, but they'd still see it the same way.
Actually, I recall there was an anime convention where they disallowed Tanya the Evil cosplay.
Isn't that because it had like Nazi paraphernalia or something?
No, it was based on World War I German uniform. That's it.
Oh.
It's not even like the SS uniforms or World War II uniform.
Huh.
It had iron crosses on it, but Germany's used to those since like
Jinro.
Oh
Hey.
yeah. Yeah,
They
that would
fucking
fuck
lose their
somebody right
mind
up.
at Jinro.
Oh, say so. Yeah, let me get through a couple more things here. Where was I? Oh yeah.
Even though that was the most kick-ass fucking armor in
So outside the wall, okay. That is to say, what Aaron and the other characters thought all along, that humanity was largely destroyed by the Titans, with its remnants sealed up behind these 3 rings of walls to defend themselves from the monsters, was wrong. Grisha, the journey explained, was actually from the nation of Marley, and like our main characters, was a member of a race known as Eldians. Oh, we got some aliens.
Illegal aliens?
Could be. Let's see. The Eldians, the journal revealed, once ruled the world, their reign stretching back nearly 2,000 years. In that era, a woman named Ymir Fritz somehow acquired the power to become a Titan. Just exactly how has never been clearly said, and uses to establish the nation of Eldia. 13 years later, Ymir died, the fate of all who can become Titans, which split her soul into the 9 Titans, whose power was given to 9 subjects, passing down their powers through noble bloodlines. The 9 Titans established the world-conquering, blood-soaked legacy of the Eldian Empire, and in particular, devastated the nation of Marley. Infighting eventually consumed the Titan nobility, and eventually the 145th Eldian king, Karl Fritz, who was ashamed of his people's legacy and how they'd conquered Marley. He orchestrated a civil war that destroyed the Eldian Empire, allowing Marley to swoop in and acquire the majority of the 9 Titans. Fritz took the majority of the Eldians, the ancestors of the series of main characters, to the island of Paradis, where he rewrote their memories to make them think they were the last of humanity, forcibly turned thousands of Eldians into Colossus Titans, and built the 3 walls over them. Back in Marley, the remaining Eldians were herded into ghettos, forced to wear identifying armbands with star-shaped symbols, we'll come back to that, and shunned as second-class citizens. Eldian criminals were taken to Paradis, injected with Titan spinal fluid, and turned into mindless Titans to ravage the island for eternity. In the modern day, Grisha, Aaron's father, was set up in a movement to topple the Marlarian government and restore the Eldian monarchy. He even marred the royal heiress and, I guess they meant to say married the royal heiress and had a son, Aaron, Aaron's older half-brother Zeke. But when he was 7, Zeke betrayed his parents and their movement to the Marleyan government, and Grisha and his wife were taken to Paradis. Wow.
What the fuck? That's a lot of shit to take in at once.
Yeah.
This is pretty fucking poorly written.
Yeah, well, this is a Polygon article, so, you know. But while his royal first wife was transformed into a Titan, the same one who ate Aaron's mother at Titan's start. Oh, wow. Is that okay? What is that? Thought patrolling or?
Maybe killing a homewrecker.
You stealing my man's?
Hell no.
Oh hell no! I know you just didn't. I know you ain't been sleeping with my man's. I'm gonna bite you in half. Grisha was spared by a Marleyan soldier. That soldier was the head of the anti-Marley pro-monarchy movement, and he sent Grisha on a mission to find the descendants of the Eldian royalty in Paradis and steal the power of the founding Titan. Eventually, Grisha accomplished his mission, only to learn that his second wife had been devoured. He went mad with grief and injected Aaron with the Titan fluid, which gave him the power of the Attack Titan and turned him into a mindless monster, whereupon he ate Grisha. After Grisha's journal gave Aaron and his friends the knowledge that their civilization wasn't alone after all, they staged a massive military coup in their own government. Seizing control of Paradis, they began plans to close the 100-year technological gap between them and the rest of the world, and to reestablish the Eldian nation. Currently, the Attack on Titan manga is in its final arc, with a 4-year time jump ending in Aaron and his followers attacking Marleyan soil in front of international dignitaries without the authorization of Paradis' government. Meanwhile, 100 soldiers have formed a faction in support of Aaron's goals of Eldian restoration, assassinating the current government head and plotting to carry out Aaron's plans to create a new Eldian empire via, quote, the rumbling. That is, helping Aaron awake every single Titan inside the walls and use them to destroy the world. So wait, Aaron just became a bad guy? Is that what I'm getting here?
Sort of. You know what? This doesn't sound like oh hey, some people had some fucking star armband. Okay, that's some fucking imagery. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But what this sounds like is Australia.
Yeah. It does actually. Yeah.
It's a fucking prison colony.
Yeah. It's actually you're pretty much right. Yeah.
Prison colony where everything can kill you.
It-
That was
I
the
mean,
whole
it's-
purpose of Australia, too.
yeah.
I like the title
They
of this.
didn't want.
I like the title of this next series of paragraphs: "The Good, the Bad, and the Very, Very Bad."
Oh God, I almost said it.
Turbo has to be on his best behavior to.
Mhm.
I got comfortable because you let me say it that one time, and then
Yeah. Despite being wowed by Studio Wit's dynamic visuals and that undeniably badass first opening theme song, I could never get into Attack on Titan. Big surprise they never watched it. I told you guys. Didn't I tell you earlier they were literally being told by Reset Era what to think?
this isn't new.
Yeah. But having read the entire manga, doubt, I acknowledge Isayama has some strengths. For one thing, his pencils are filled with pure energy, and his inks are very good at capturing the pure horror that envelops the character time and time again. For another, the tension successfully generated before each big plot twist is enviable.
Except for the ones that sucked so bad that he had them write it.
Okay. All these elements... Just got to move on from there. All these elements are only emboldened in Kodanasha's comic English language release with Co-Ransom and man, you're all using a bunch of people's names and you have no. What? Just shut up. Anyway. But well-dressed aesthetics and pacing can only do so much before you start to notice the ideas bubbling underneath the surface. Isayama's work is full of anti-Korean, nationalist, pro-Japan subtext, parallels to anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, and subtextual references to Nazi Germany. Okay. Is anybody shocked that a Japanese man might not like the Koreans?
Is anybody
I'm
shocked that
Korean,
Asians?
and I'm totally shocked.
I feel like Polygon may
totally
not
shocked.
understand that people from Japan and people from Korea are not the same people and have different cultures.
Yeah.
They also don't like each other.
Yeah.
They definitely don't like each other. It's been going on for at least 1,000 years or so.
Hey, America, lived here almost all my life. Y'all talk about racism. Shit. Koreans and Japanese, we hate each other, and we have forever.
Yep.
And it's slowly changing, but yeah, there's still a lot of people. Like my ex-wife, her husband now is half Japanese, and her father-in-law is traditional Japanese and did not approve of their marriage because she was white.
The great crime.
Sullying the pure blood.
He's half Jewish, half Japanese.
Oh, he's the best of both worlds. Oh.
What in the hell kind of combination is that?
Oh, I bet you that was a response of that one Japanese ambassador to Germany that just gave a shit ton of Jews Japanese passports to get them out of there.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good point. Oh yeah. Oh.
All I can think of when I hear that is that a long time of that weird Japanese cult says, "Fear the samurai."
Folded.
Oh, I remember that.
Folded.
Jew fears the samurai.
Folded 1,000 times.
So I have something that I kind of want to say, but it's going to be probably incredibly racist and probably relatively anti.
Go ahead.
Do you think his yarmulke is one of those rice patty hats?
Holy shit! I would say we're going to get demonetized, but we're not monetized, so who cares, right?
Oh fuck!
I fucking warned you.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, wait, let me. Okay. For one thing, there's a so-called pure titans. That is, the random titans that menace our characters throughout the series. Nude, creepily smiling cannibals, these pure titans are mindless, not even needing to eat to live so much as for fun. Many of them have grotesque or exaggerated features, from short arms to giant heads to ... large noses.
They're giant human beings.
And
Also, they do have a reason for eating. It's not mind fun.
And then there's the aliens living in ghettos, wearing star embroidered armbands. Now that I could, yeah.
And then there are the Jews.
Well, thank you, Davis Arena.
Men.
I'm glad you could.
Men of the West.
Men of the West.
Men of the West.
Men of the West.
For another, military might is presented as the strongest, truest power of all. Well,
it is.
I mean,
Why do you think people listen to what the United States have to say?
yeah,
Not because of our economy, but because we have a fucking huge military.
yeah. For now, the military might is the truth power of all. This goes far and beyond the typical theme in Japanese action media of a group of friends banding together, doing their best, and changing the world.
Actually, yeah, that they're kind of the same.
Yeah,
The theme is always justice. It's just who is the force of justice in the story.
I mean, isn't it usually?
Attack on Titan's the military.
I mean, isn't it like? I mean, Japan they rely heavily on might makes right, right? Like,
As far as I know, and justice.
yeah.
You know, the hero has to win.
I mean,
Just can't lose.
look at Yu Yu Hakusho. Didn't Yusuke become a fucking demon lord?
Yes.
So hello, he became the thing he supposedly hated. What's up? What's going on, big guy?
That's because his mom fucked a demon king,
True.
and he had like royal demon blood in him or something.
Bizarre because apparently it was like several generations back on Dad's side. Dad would have made more sense and been a lot cooler than what actually came out, but I just remember that from the May version. The mom might have been.
It might have been more direct. Yeah. Let's see. Frequently the military, particularly the Survey Corps that Aaron and the rest of the main cast belong to, is presented as full of pure, rational decision makers and unquestioned commanders.
No?
Yeah, this person never read Attack on Titan.
The clearly unhinged soldiers like Titan researcher Zoe Hang and goofball Sasha Bloss are mocked, but the certitude that they should lead is never interrogated.
I have no idea what this.
I have no idea.
I have no idea what this person is trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
What is their point?
Yeah.
if he fights, they fight. Fuck.
Yeah.
Ah, God. Who cares if they drink a lot or beat their fucking soldiers?
Everybody fights,
if they-
nobody
if they-
quits.
Yeah. Nobody fights. Nobody quits. If you do, I'll kill you myself. Or everybody fights. Nobody quits. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'll kill you myself. Stepping back. By Shinryu. Nani?
Nani? Oh no!
Stepping back from the text itself to what Isayama has said about the text, there are all sorts of uncomfortable parallels into real-world history. In a 2010 blog post, Isayama, who has always maintained the series was inspired by an incident where he was accosted by a large drunken foreign man at a cafe, admitted that a supporting character, Wily General Dot Pixis, was based on real-life Japanese General Akiyama Yoshifuru, who served in the Japanese Imperial Army from 1916 to 1923. Considered a hero in Japan, with Isayama admitting he found the general to be an admirable figure for his actions in the First Sino-Japanese War. Yoshifuru was responsible for countless atrocities against Korea and China during Japanese occupations. As a popular advice blog, Ask a Korean detailed in 2007, Said anti-Korean atrocities continued long after Yusufuru's retirement, included murdering of then Empress Myeongseong, rioting and massacring of thousands of Koreans living in Kanto after the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923, and the notorious comfort women, a euphemism for hundreds of thousands of Korean women and girls who were kidnapped and used as sex slaves by the Japanese army, something widely acknowledged by everyone but the Japanese government. Within that...
Yes, we know.
Yeah, go ahead.
They've
Japan
been acknowledging
doesn't-
it. They've been forgiving. They've been making apologies every fucking year for the last 60 fucking years. Every fucking year. I'm not even joking. They get a bunch of politicians go on the stage and say we're sorry for this, and then they next year it happens again. They go and say we're sorry for what we did during the war, and they keep doing that over and over and over again. It keeps fucking happening. They don't not acknowledge it. It just.
I mean, it kind of started when with at the end of World War II, right? They had to apologize for Pearl Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, you want to apologize for this? Yes. We're sorry. Sorry about those battleships, fam.
Also, there you go in the stream links.
Okay. Put it in general so the other people can see it. Because they're not a part of. Yeah, there you go. Oy vey. Okay. Comfort women, sex slaves, Japanese army. With that and the earlier centuries-long history of hatred between Japan and Korea, it's small wonder that when Isayama revealed Yosefuru as an inspiration and got into a Twitter flame war as he appeared to deny the notorious Nanjing massacre, he was sworn by death threats from Koreans. For its part, China has simply banned Attack on Titan outright. Well, China bans everything. Come on.
Fucking Koreans getting tilted on Twitter. Jeez.
Now, all right, guys, I'm going to shock you with something. Fucking China banned something.
Oh wow.
You don't say.
Didn't they? Dude, they fucking banned Ghostbusters 2016 because they thought it would. Because it was like witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
They can't have anything supernatural.
Yeah, they're scared of ghosts.
But they have. This is the culture that came up with like fucking horoscopes and zodiac signs and shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
ghosts are. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, but
Yes.
horoscopes and zodiac signs aren't real.
Mm-hmm.
But oh yeah, that's right. Neither are civil rights in China.
Oh, come on. You got to remember they also banned Winnie the Pooh, so.
Smart decision. That's anti-B propaganda.
So,
Oh,
third eye, man.
all right, here we go. Speed round.
Open it.
Then there's the ultimate goal of the Jaegerists, who incidentally have very fascist uniform sensibility, being to reestablish the Eldian Empire and to take their bloody revenge on the world. Given the unavoidable implied parallels between Eldians and Marley and the Jews in Nazi Germany, the eventual apocalypse that the manga seems to be building towards is subtextually like something out of Alex Jones' Darkest Ravings. That is to say, it's not hard to draw the lines between Jaegerist, who Aaron, incidentally, seems to tactfully endorse, plans of laying waste to the world, and the much-beloved right-wing talking points that the Jews, or as they dog whistle, quote, globalists, either are already secretly
fuck
controlling
you.
the world or are plotting to through finances, Hollywood, or whatever BS that leaks out of their demented head this week. Okay. Hey, Tom, I'm going to tell you something. Hollywood's ran by a lot of Jewish people. That's kind of a fact. You can't really pretend like it isn't.
Here's my take based on.
Mm-hmm.
You have this group of people, and they got dicked up, and they fucking took over. Decided that now that they run shit, they're gonna give them suffer pay, and now those.
You're stupidly breaking up.
Yeah, stupidly. Yeah.
So I feel like I've got a counterpoint to this.
Go ahead.
So these Jaegerists,
Mm-hmm.
They dress uniformly.
Mm-hmm.
They're all about overthrowing the current government.
Mm-hmm.
And
so they're Antifa.
So they're anti-fascist, but they're also pushing to have their ideology all over the world, right?
So Antifa.
So are they communists?
Are they struggling to try and remove the leadership case in order to establish a flattened leadership?
Makes you wonder. But here's the funny. Okay, this next. Oh gosh, like I said, we got to roll
Then
here.
they'd just be anarchists.
You got to roll here. You're gonna love this. Are you ready for this, boys?
Taking deep breaths.
These parallels haven't been lost on the viewing and reading public. In an essay for Women Write About Comics, oh God, shortly after the anime began, writer Vernita Vergara pointed out that Isayama is old enough to have lived through the Great Recession, and it should be noted, grew up during and after Japan's 1990s economic bubble burst. The rise of his work also coincides with the election of current Japanese Prime Minister and right-wing militarist Shinzo Abe.
What the? Oh, fuck it. This retard. I swear.
Who
Did they?
Oh, God.
Is this one of those articles that's written by a fucking AI?
Yeah, right.
It might as well be.
Written by the U.S. after. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Who infamously reinterpreted Article 9 of Japan's Constitution? Excuse me. Written by the U.S. after World War II, it forbids Japan from having a standing army to give the Japanese ability to increase its self-defense forces and attack when one of its allies is attacked.
Yeah.
That's called peacekeeping.
Yeah. That's smart.
Ally.
Yeah.
That's not, hey, we're going full militarization. We are building a self-defense force. I haven't heard of Japan starting a war. Have you guys?
No, I mean,
They've literally had the aggression bombed out of them. What the fuck?
yeah.
They. So you're telling me they don't have a right to have a military? Is this what this person thinks?
See, they don't even really have a military. They just have a self-defense force. That's it, right? And it's not a very large self-defense force.
Yeah, it's the only way they can protect themselves against Godzilla.
Culturally speaking, you're considered a loser if you join the military over there.
Yeah. I think when we sent coalition forces and let's say I think into Iraq, Japan contributed troops, all 23.
Six guys.
It was 6 guys?
6 guys. And
Wow.
one of them got captured and
Wow.
Beheaded, and then the Japanese started making fun of ISIS for doing it.
Yeah. There is, I'm not going to say a great anime, but there is an anime out there called Gate. And so basically the entire thing is fucking propaganda.
It's
the
funny you
Japanese
mentioned that.
self-defense force.
It's funny you mentioned that. Guess what this article's about to talk about?
Oh, no.
God,
It's like I have ESPN.
Yeah, the sports network. Let's go. But why are people seemingly only upset now, with the anime no longer at the peak of its popularity and the manga winding down? Well, for one, the series still has a devoted fan base. For another, we live in a world. Oh God, we live in a society.
I'm so proud of this community, you guys.
We live in a world where hate groups, authoritarianism, and nationalism are on the rise from the U.S. to Japan and beyond. And finally, since Titan exploded onto the scene, there's been a surge of anime with right-wing leanings. From Gate, a sci-fi show centered around heroic JSDF agents that was actually used as a recruitment material by the Japanese army, to reemergence of the notorious Happy Science cult and the propagandist anime film that they fund to the theme of some some found in 2018 Studio Trigger hit Darling of the Franxx. I have no idea.
Darling in the Franxx. That entire show had one point. Have sex, have children.
Oh wow, those right wing fucking sensibilities, man. Go.
Things are just better when men and together and make babies.
Yeah, man,
And that was the moral of the show.
Yeah, man, if
There's
you,
an entire subgenre of anime now
Mhm.
that is purely propaganda to have Japanese people have children. There's an anime going on right now about how great it is to raise children and how adorable they are.
Didn't the first episode of Dragon Ball Super kind of had that same approach?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Goku being a
Because you get a
family
fucking-
dad.
Wasn't
And
Piccolo
the
like
ending being all, hey, have children. Look, here,
Mhm.
here's Goku with his family.
go with his
Yeah,
family
hey,
and
look.
tending his farm and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last
wasn't
year we
Piccolo
literally.
like replacing like Goku too, as the grandpa?
Yeah.
He moved in with Gohan.
Yeah.
He actually has a place to live.
And in fact, at one point he was
But-
actually going to leave, and then he
Yeah.
came back because he was worried about Pan.
Last year they released the anime version of based on that game Conception. Guess what the game's about?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder.
A fucking isekai dungeon crawler where you fill out your fucking party by having female companion.
And then you okay, so you fuck and you make new units from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this game. This one's great.
Fire Emblem basically got turned into the same thing. But you get a grant from the Japanese government anytime you feature procreation in a positive light.
Well, I mean, but that's because Japanese birth rates are in the shitter right now. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you can equate it to being almost the exact same thing as mentioning McDonald's positively in a rap.
Yeah.
You get fucking free Mickey D's for life. Why wouldn't you do it?
Right. Let's see. Like I said, we're just kind of do some speeding through here. But simply, the stuff is on people's minds. It is on nobody's minds. Literally nobody's minds. Nobody even thinks about this shit. And the signs are relatively easy to spot. As for why the outrage seems to occur in cycles, well, like any popular Japanese property, there's always the crowd who read the manga first and then the anime-only crowd. Given anime's long production time, the Titans' arduous cycle in particular, with a 4-year gap between the first and second seasons, conversations about its themes are bound to take some time to surface. Combine that with Titan's staggering release across Crunchyroll, Funimation Now, and then DVD, and then later as Adult Swim, this is a cycle that will keep happening. That right there shows me they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Because Titan literally releases they release it on Adult Swim before DVD.
Yeah.
And it's simulcast.
Yeah, and it's simulcast. So yeah, they're acting like it's like this 5-month gap, of release yet. No, it all gets released same time. Fuck you.
I think this person is a normie, and a Titan doesn't get to the normies until it airs on Adult Swim.
Yeah. So, okay, last part. Now, no one can clearly say what Isayama's true intentions are except for him, but it's hard to ignore the underpinnings of dystopian fiction when it stares you in the face. It looms over you like the colossal titan, serving as a reminder that even in fiction,
God.
maybe especially in fiction, we have a responsibility as consumers to fully engage with what a story might be trying to say and to consider whether it's a message we want to hear. It's a fucking story!
Shut the fuck up, you fucking fuck.
And even then, what I was saying earlier when I got cut off was it seems like really the point of the story is that these people got dicked over. Now they're making dick them over suffer and going back and forth. And eventually, when you play an eye for an eye, everyone, this all fucking sucks. Nobody should have to do it. Become a Titan, you're dead in 13.
It's but yeah.
None of this is good for any.
Let's see. I'm not kind of reading. It says, I'm just kind of looking through the chat, looking through the comments. Although not expecting much from the comments on this particular article because these are people who read Polygon, for Christ's sake.
These are people who signed up for an account on Polygon.
Mm-hmm.
These are losers.
Yeah.
Yes. That's one
Does
way
that
to say
mean?
it.
That's like, we have a name for these kind of people. I know. Morons.
Virgins.
Virgins.
We like to call them dupes.
God
The
knows.
thing about like Nazi and fascistic symbolism in anime, it's not new. It's been going on for a long time.
Dude,
Yeah.
the original Kamen Rider had an episode 13, Hitler's Treasure. I mean, they don't give a fuck.
It's almost like this person forgets that Japan had a very different relationship with Germany, the United States, and the rest of the world.
Overlord, you find out the main character's created NPC was effectively an SS officer that he now realizes is a bad idea, and he's like, oh god, what was I thinking at the time?
Fucking paranoia agent. Oh, oh god, that guy. He looks like
Pandora's actor.
Yeah, Pandora's actor. Excuse me. There's so many fucking names. But Pandora's actor. He. The best way to describe what he looks like. It's like an edgy 15-year-old designed a shapeshifter after an SS officer, and it's oh boy, the mannerisms are everything. It's and he didn't have the heart to change it before before the game ended either.
Yeah.
So he's stuck that way forever.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen Overlord, go watch or read it.
It's awesome.
Read the light novel. It goes in a little more into moments thinking.
Yeah. Well, it also doesn't fuck up the timeline like the anime does.
Mm-hmm.
You also find out what happened at Demiurge's farm, which I don't know what I expect. God damn.
Just go read Overlord. Don't read Polygon. Go read Overlord.
You can find Overlord at Bookwalker. We are not sponsored by Bookwalker, but hey, Bookwalker, if you're listening, call. I spend a lot of money with you guys.
It's also available on Kindle as well.
Or in some fucking sick ass hardcovers. Those are being translated and put out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bookwalker, I spend a lot of fucking money with you. Hook a brother up.
Just toss a few books my way, man.
That next volume of Shield Hero. It's been like a fucking year.
If we're shilling, I may as well get the mega shill out. Check out Greater Point 5 because I like meta shilling. Check out Truth or Nation on SoundCloud.com. Set your mind free. Check out SuperNerdland.com. You'll never say anything like it. Check out UjiChan.com, the most lit company on the internet. Check out PESP Penguins on video at SuperNerdland.com because war is out, but toys are squeaky. And check out the Ask Super Nerdland Curious Cat. Yeah.
I know, God, please get me out of here.
And please get Caleb out of Venezuela. Yes.
And please get Caleb out of Venezuela.
Yeah. Mike, I'm going to get you to record that whole shill one night, just so I can just run that. Like, it's like the end credits for a show, you know, like.
Stick that on the soundboard.
And don't forget to bully Cap. I'll add it.
So, before we go for tonight, anybody got any closing thoughts?
I mean, Polygon, man. Jeez. What do you want?
Ars Technica is full of pedophiles.
Would you say that Polygon and Ars Technica would get an oof and or yikes?
Big cringe, bro. Big cringe.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Dude, I swear I would start playing, but I don't have my guitar.
Play us out.
If you create a Jeff Goldblum mask combination, 1980 whatever the fly, of oof and you get yiff.
That's pretty interesting.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. That's,
I'm gonna have to steal the Declaration.
Nick Cage is coming in to steal some declarations again. God damn it. Every time. Every fucking time. Well, I had fun, guys. I appreciate y'all coming out, hanging out for my birthday stream.
Oh yes, and happy birthday!
I appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy 60th birthday, dude.
You added 20 years, dude. What's up, man? Come on.
It's okay. It's just doing it in advance.
Turbo's like, hey, we don't know where we're going to be in 20 years, dude. You never know, so you might as well get them out of the way now.
Yeah.
Nah, man, it's metric time.
This is why I'm glad I'm Asian. I'm gonna look the same way I did at 30 until all my hair goes gray. And overnight, I turn into old man David Lopan.
There you go. and you're free to hang out like after we go off the air. By the way, you don't have to leave if you don't want to.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, check us out. We'll probably be back tomorrow night. Hopefully, I don't see anything getting in the way. Yeah, someone said hijinks and bullshit as usual. That's the name of the game. You know, we're just trying to muddle through because we don't have Piper to bully this week. So
She was in the chat earlier.
yeah, she was in the chat.
Yeah,
I
but
saw
her
her.
connection.
Yeah, but
shit.
it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, and she pinged me and said happy birthday earlier too. So, but like I said, guys, we appreciate you. Thank y'all so much for coming out, and we will see y'all next time. Y'all have a good one.
Bye bye.